Hey, welcome back, troops, to the latest edition of Sandwatch Live. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of clone troopers I found while I was rifling around in a box of mail-aways there. And as you see, these figures are packaged a lot like the mail-away figures from the vintage line back in the day when you cut off the proof of purchases and you mailed away for your figures. These two unique clone troopers were really cool. And I did some digging around in the Ultimate Action Figure Collection. And what's really cool about this book, guys, is you can dig out your clone troopers. And I was trying to take a look here, and then it dawned on me that these wouldn't be in the Ultimate Action Figure Collection by Steve Sansweet. These were bootlegs that I purchased at a toy show back. It was around the time I began my tenure with sandtroopers.com. I think they were like $4, I want to say. They weren't a whole lot of money, and I remember buying up at least a dozen sets, and I thought they were really, really cool. And since news broke today out of New York at Toy Fair that they're going to be doing more 2-packs, we all remember the Endor ATST crew, the Ewok Scouts. Those were really cool. So I wanted to revisit these real quick and just give you a look at something that I thought was kind of unique. What a great time to bring something back, a blast from the past, so to speak. So we're going to rip into the, well, actually, we ain't going to rip into them. I mean, they're 10 years old, guys. I've had enough time to prepare. But we're going to get into the nitty-gritty and take a look and see if these are worth adding to your collections, if you can find them. Come on, guys, let's check them out. Okay, troops, what you see is what you get. You put the arms, the head, and the blaster in place there. You put more than a couple of them side by side. If you get about 10, 12 of them, they look really cool. I remember seeing more than a few guys who had these assembled to recreate their massive armies of clone troopers. We could only hope that, something with such a basic torso, the same parts in some regards. They change up the left arm, but it's the same right arm, true and true, but you just change a couple things and it's a simple basic little head. It'd be nice to see that they could do an affordable troop builder that gave collectors a couple options, even though the poses are very restrictive. These, you can't even move the legs, and I know the paint job is pretty cheap and cheesy. As I said, it is a bootleg figure, so we're talking what you see is what you get. Moving on to the other one that has more of a, like he's looking over the edge, looking over a cliff. They look really cool when you position them inside the doors of a Republic gunship, even though the figure is a little bit larger than a regular clone trooper. They nailed the size pretty good for knockoffs. The only real flaw I see on this one is you can see a lot of his neck exposed. I mean, I'm sure some little bit of black magic marker will fill in the neck seal there, but other than that, they look really cool, especially if you wanted to recreate like a ledge and have a whole bunch of them looking over like they're about to drop down and put a whooping on somebody. It's really neat. They come with a real basic blaster rifle. It's a lot larger than most of the other blasters you see with clone troopers. They pretty cheap and flimsy. This one, again, it's been sitting a while, but they've stood the test of time, guys. I mean, they're still white for being over 10 years old. That can be a problem standing these guys up. They do have a little bit of a balancing issue, but again, a cheap, simple little troop builder would be an awesome thing if they could do it right. Final thoughts on the bootleg clone troopers. They're far from perfect, guys. They're a little bit out of scale. The marching ones have a little more difficulty standing than the crouched over guys like this, but I would like to see Hasbro take this. We understand it's real expensive to do a super articulated clone trooper, and we don't have to have that. You can take an arm off, you can change up a torso, and voila, new figure, and you're using some of the same parts. You explored this back, in the Revenge of the Sith Clone Wars era. You used to offer these 3 packs with the lying down clone. This guy here looks like he's in attack position, and then you've got one crouched. They came in all different colors, and you did Attack of the Clones, you did Revenge of the Sith. That's something that I think that not just me, but a lot of collectors would like to see, is how could they mass build their clone trooper armies. So I'm sure that Hasbro would be up to the challenge of meeting the collector in the middle and making millions of dollars in the process. You've done a great job with the 2 packs you did last year. I'm sure the ones in 2013 are going to be up to par, but I'm hoping to see you guys give us a bigger option in terms of more stormtroopers, more snow troopers, biker scouts. I think fans would love to see something like that, and again, that was my point in reviewing something that's over a decade old. We're looking forward to so many of our troopers have written in and said they enjoyed the new format of our reviews, and I'd like to take a second to thank my man Trigger Dan for putting these clips together. He's working very hard on them, and we're trying to give you every angle we can, and looks and peeks and views and HD and stuff you've never seen out of Sandwatch Live before. But please follow us on Twitter at Sandtroopers, like us on Facebook, and make sure to subscribe here to our YouTube channel for all the latest updates. So until next time, troopers, I'm Darth Spice. You'll always be so very, very glad you're not. United we find. I'd like to see Hasbro revisit this concept at some point, since they are doing really cool 2-packs. They did it before. See, we can't win to lose here.
The force is strong with sandtroopers.com. Indeed.